and the selection criteria has changed quite significantly, actually.
It's going for it, but clearly didn't last very long.
But the snow is starting to settle on the road, so she should probably get back before it gets too snowy on those non-winter tyres. Good morning everybody, so it's the second day of racing in Usseglio. We're packing up to go, so kind of what we do, you go night before and you pack up in the morning and then you go to the race and leave straight after. Got a bit of a sore throat. Everyone on the team seems to get it, so if you hear Dave, he's like, it's like Darth Vader. Bib 18 today, a little bit more boys, see you up on the hill. Morning, we've had a delay for about 45 minutes and they're not letting out the chairlift. Are they? No, they're not at the minute. It's softer, it's definitely softer, and the rain is coming, I think, hence the rain jacket, so let's see how this goes. We're in the queue playing a game where someone thinks of a number between 1 and 10 and then the rest of the people have to add a relation, like a category that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we're trying to entertain ourselves. So Alice is thinking of a number and then we're going to try and guess using random like fizzy drinks or types of food or places to go. It'll make sense. So types of supermarkets. British supermarkets.
Sainsbury's.
Ooh, Sainsbury's. We're going to offend some people this one.
Pretty middle of the road.
Sports.
Gymnastics.
Ooh, that's higher. She likes gymnastics, that's high.
I think that's like at least a 6.
Ski brands.
Fisher.
Oh.
Sweets.
Sweets.
Star Mix.
That's got to be a 9. 9?
9.
Oh, we got it. We got it. It's open now, we've got going up. Very exciting. Let's see how it goes. Still not raining yet. A little bit of snow. Very little bit. We've had some news. I've known it for a little while, but I've not had the time to talk to you about it. So the selection criteria. So I was after the Europa Cup British team for the season, and the selection criteria has changed quite significantly, actually. It came out in September and I found out about it in late December because they publicise it but they don't show anyone, so it's quite hard to see. I didn't know, and they didn't, there's no way of knowing unless you actively Googled it, and obviously why would we think it's changed? It's been the same for many years. So now it is top 300 in the world ranked, which is around, most years it's sub 27, 28, sort of around that normally, and I'm not sure it's 1 or 2 second runs. We'll get us to, I'll look it up before. It's either 1 or 2 second runs to a Europa Cup, so it's quite a lot harder than 35 points, but the game is the game, and it's probably more of a realistic Europa Cup standard anyway, so that's that. The game has changed, but we don't mind and we'll keep pushing. It's snowing a bit more actually, and let's go and do inspection. Speedy inspection, out of the line again to make sure the snow stays good on the course. For me, there is 2 sort of big turns that aren't bananas, but they almost could be bananas, so it's like making sure you do it and it's a quick movement after, so it goes like really straight after, so you big turn and then quick movement. So that's the 2, there's 2 of them, so they're the 2 key bits. The rest of it's straight and trying to keep the speed of this flat.
What do you think about the snow today?
Snow today isn't as good. See how it holds up. I have to be on the radio. It's a big bit as well, that's another key. Just because it's wet, it's not frozen, so it's all wet and soggy, slushy, almost slushy, not quite slushy, but almost slushy.
Didn't freeze.
Still warm up. Yep, so going up for second run now, race skis here. I didn't do a warm up run because of the snow is not great and also there's not really anywhere to warm up. So I've got this top section and I warm up a good proper warm up off skis. Sometimes that's the way it is. It's all about I think how the snow holds up today, because as you can see, as I've said many times, it's coming in. If it comes in too much, Els is going to have to leave and you guys are going to have to leave with him, because again, no snow tyres on the car and we're quite high up, so if it starts to settle on the roads, Els is going to skedaddle while she can, otherwise we're going to get stuck up here, which is obviously not ideal. So yeah, hopefully you get to stay and watch me do an amazing second run.
We get first run.
We get first run for sure. And then we'll just keep an eye on the road.
How do you feel?
Good. How do I feel? Good. Good. Relaxed. I think often I get I used to get very hyped up before a race, and I think I prefer it being more relaxed, chilled out. It's my vibe. Took me 10 years to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure that's my vibe. Trying to find the right song. None of them. I'm on that Spotify recommended thing. None of them are hitting the right spot for me.
What's your pre-race song? Would you like?
No, it changes quite a lot. Sometimes it's, I don't know, just whatever feels good that day.
Windy a little bit.
Third one in the right lane, just coming in before the straight.
Yeah. So there's two, there's a big turn and then it's straight.
Yeah, so just do that. The speed's fast. The gates are like coming at you like that.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Fai la lunga, fai.
Non riesco a fare, in questo periodo non riesco a fare tutto, sennò c'è una marea di robe da studiare per il corso che non mi aspettavo e devo un attimo mettermi sotto perché non è che manchi tanto. Però dai, adesso ho gli ultimi due modi, dal 20 al 26 è obbligatorio che ho l'Eurosicurity, poi potrei fare, se c'è qualche gara al posto del ripasso, però poi dall'1 febbraio al 12 sono...
Questo è Lamp e sia atomico.
Lamp
99.
Are you alright? No.
Bit annoyed.
Why?
Fucking slow.
You looked fast out the gate. That makes me feel really better. I was like, oh wow, it's going for it. But clearly didn't last very long.
That's first run down. Ugh, slow. It's yeah, I knew it wasn't fast. I knew it wasn't pretty down there, but it's just like, I thought it'd be better than first run yesterday. It felt really bad, and I'm actually further off than I was first run yesterday. So yeah, not the best, not necessarily very nice, but time doesn't lie. Yeah, some work to be done in GS clearly, I knew that, but yeah, I'd like to be closer nonetheless, as yeah, that wasn't good. It's a bit frustrating is the word. I want it to be closer, I want it to be yeah, closer with that run. I felt that run was, obviously, I knew it was like, I lost a fair bit of time there, but it wasn't atrocious. Like, yesterday felt atrocious for pretty much the same time off, and today felt a bit scrappy, but not terrible. So you'd have thought you'd be closer. But frustrating, but not necessarily surprising, as I know I've not done any GS training really, as some guys have commented, why don't I do any GS? Definitely been focused on slalom, so not necessarily the end of the world, but still a little bit frustrating. Let's see if I get the flip again, and then yeah, I'm still going back quite a lot. It's part of it. Ooh, feels a bit if it was a noise. Elsa is gonna bounce because it's starting to, the snow is, you can't really see it in this kind of shot, but the snow is starting to settle on the road, and it's snowing back at home as well, so she should probably get back before it gets too snowy on those non-winter tyres. I'm going to go for a second run. We made the flip again, which is good. Number 8 today, actually better position but worse time than yesterday, so it was a worse course condition wise than yesterday, so give it all I've got. Let's get it in the snow.
Also, I was meant to have winter tyres. It's only because I brought my car out and then David's van broke. I was mid getting the tyres changed, but then we needed to use my car to come to Italy for some races, so it's not the best or ideal. So I've got to work around it, so I've got to head off now.
Well, Dave's here. I'm staying with Coach Dave and probably one other because they can't all fit in Elsa's car, and then the other guy's going to go back with Elsa because they crashed out in the bumps.
Hello, I thought I'd give a little update about how this series is kind of going to work. As you've seen for the last month or so, actually longer than that now, 6 weeks or so, it's been more about David and his journey and through racing, and what I want to do is also show other athletes, GB athletes, that I think are doing pretty well and are cool. So right now, as you've seen from the start of the series, I've done probably 10-15 videos on Molly Butler, who's a GB ski racer. She's 18 and she's really good, and I like her attitude. I don't know if you're new in the last like 6 weeks and you might have not seen the videos, but if you go back to Sweden and Pier, I did some videos on Molly there, so you can go and check them out if you want to see a bit more of how her pre-season was, because now obviously it's January and we're going to dive into some normal races and some Europa Cups, which is really exciting to come along and film. So yeah, I am about 2 hours from Innsbruck, and I've got another 2 hours from there to where Molly is, and then we're racing tomorrow. I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's a GS or a slalom. Molly's got a great attitude and works like super hard, which is really cool to see someone so committed to the sport, and I hope her personality and those traits come across in this series, because to be 18 and to be that committed is a pretty cool thing to see. So I'm going to do a couple of weeks with David and then hopefully a couple of weeks with Molly, but that will obviously all change depending on where they are, where the races are, and my budget. So as the filmmaker editor of the series, obviously my budget's also limited, so I've got to decide where the best places are to film and to spend the money. So like with David, I have a season pass there and accommodation, so obviously it's cheaper to stay there because I've already paid for it, but occasionally I will go to Austria and go film Molly, but that's obviously dependent on what I can spend. So a more convenient thing is when David and Molly sometimes go to similar races or in the same area or country, I can then go and film rather than driving. Right now I've driven I think 9 hours today to get to Molly, so you can see that it's not the easiest thing to go back and forth from. Like you've got to commit and figure out where the best place to spend your money. And just wanted to say thanks to everyone who's watched so far. I feel like there's a little community of people in the comments who come back to every video, and I really appreciate seeing that as an editor. So it's really cool that everyone's enjoying this series, and if there's anything you want to see more of, please let me know, because that's really interesting to me, because obviously I know so much about the world, sometimes it's hard to figure out what people don't know or want to know. So if you have any comments about more things you want to know, please leave them, because I really enjoy reading them and it gives me good ideas for the next video to show some interesting things that I haven't yet. Another video idea just before we start If it interests anyone, I was going to do a video kind of like what it's like to be the filmer and editor of this series, kind of a day in that, and the mayhem that it is. It's kind of crazy. So that's something you're interested in, say yes or no, otherwise I won't include it. Anyway, so off to Molly now, and the next vid will probably be her at the race. I think I'll put this in before. So yeah, let's go.